Kendra Heinley, and I'm from Norco, California. We love watching the Keeping It Real show. Now I would like to introduce you, the hosts of the Keeping It Real show, Brad Jewett and Tim Kamura.
You on it, Bradford?
From Oak Point, Texas.
Hey!
The Kamikaze Cowboy. The Sukiyaki.
Let's go!
The Man of Trail. Tim Kamura. And from San Antonio, Texas, a man on a mission and a mission on his mind. The
What's
man
up
behind
today?
the wheel at Keeping It Real, Brad Jewett.
All right, here we go. Another live version. This is back-to-back weeks. We haven't done this in quite a while. We're thankful Mr. Kamura, Man of Trail, is with us tonight. Hi, Paige. Thanks for watching tonight. Timmy, she's saying hi to you. They're all saying hi to you.
Sorry.
I'm just going to go. I'm just kidding.
Hello,
everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's going to be a great show. We got Miss Kendra Weis with us tonight. Man, what a great story. I can't wait to dive into that here in just a little bit. Before we do, we're just coming off the heels of the AQHYA World Championship Show and the NSBA World Championship Show. Congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to AQHA and NSBA. Amazing job putting these two shows on. Interested to know how y'all thought the horse shows went. I thought they ran smoothly with that many exhibitors. What do you think, Tim?
Quite the marathon. It's
20
hard.
days
It's hard.
on the road.
Like, I haven't been home for
Up Leslie
back-to-back
Hellman.
days forever.
Yes.
You know, it's a good thing we have old Mr. Leslie Hellman there. You know, the MOT was pretty broken up a little bit, so every night he would have to put him back together again. So.
Well, I'm in the same boat. He woke my left leg up, and now I can feel the pain in my back. And he's probably going to be texting me here a little bit. Like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm in some pain at the moment. It's good, but he did some new stuff. My left side's woke up, but now I can feel a little bit of pain in my back, so I got to get that worked out. Let's put it this way: the Congress can't come quick enough.
I know. He's a busy young man, so it's all good. Let's do this thing. Let's do it.
Hi, honey. There's my
Hi,
beautiful
Monica.
wife saying hello, and she knows our guest as well, Miss Kendra Weis. But we got a bunch of notes for you guys tonight. Tim and Kendra have been on the line gathering up some good information. So without further ado, we're going to bring Miss Kendra in. And while she's coming in, hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here. Go check out thehorseshownetwork.com. Check out what Tim and I have been up to. Marcelo, let's bring in Miss Kendra.
Hi, Kendra.
Hi, Kendra.
Hi, guys. How's everything?
Excellent.
Well, how are you tonight?
Very good. Excited to be here.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Where'd you put all the dogs?
I knew you were going to ask that.
It is awful quiet.
They're put away. They're put away. I had to get control of them about 30 minutes ago, and I was like, I've got to put them away.
Quite the army of dogs, for sure. But Kendra, how about this? You know, we just talked about the two horse shows, Bradford. Maybe let's go to the Youth World first. How was the Youth World for your team? All good?
The youth, yeah, we had a great show. We having the novice with the regular show makes it quite the marathon, as you said. But we had some of the kids, they exhibited in both, you know, and they did really well.
Yeah, that's a fairly new deal. How long have we been doing that? Since, what, 2020, something like that? They've been putting these together? Or has it been before that?
I don't know, 3 years maybe.
It's a lot of show. I mean, you know, I have that one post on Facebook about getting old and forgetting about the good old days. But when the shows get so much bigger and we practice so much more, we don't get to go Chisholms, right? All my Chisholm fans out there, we never get to go back to Chisholms anymore.
No,
that's folklore.
Is it still around?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
But I have it down pretty good, Tim. What we do is finish showing, grab dinner, and come back and practice when no one's around, so we can get our marks and do all that. Give everyone a break.
So without being
Blake
2 a.m., 3 a.m.
So how about the NSBA world? And how did you transition from that show to the NSBA world? How was that? Was it hard? Senior comes early, and Da 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 da.
Yeah, I was really worried about it, but in all reality, the horse that I showed, it's Jordan Macon's horse, Hot for Teacher, and Jordan she's ridden with me long enough. We ride a lot alike. So that mare was tuned up and ready to roll. And I mean, we moved in on Friday and I believe we showed on Sunday.
And how'd you do?
Good. I won the limited. I was so excited. I was doing the happy dance and then I was the only one there. And well, Jordan and Heather everyone was at the banquet and that was fine. But it was funny because there's some pictures of me. I was on my scooter with all of my stuff and it's kind of priceless because lots of times, like every time I've won something, like people have not been there. My crowd has been other places. So one year I was reserve at the World Show and Sherry Tierney was getting ready to leave. And she looked at me and she said, "Who's going to be in your picture?" I was reserved. And I said, "Just me and Spot, my blue heeler I had at the time." And she said, "I'm staying. I'm going to get in your picture with you."
Heck yeah.
So it's fine.
Tell me, because I mean that senior trail was huge. It was a huge class, and that's huge to win that one. So I thought that was like historical. And I mean, just it was great for you. I was excited for you, right? And I watched you, so I actually told Blake that, man, your mom were pretty damn good today. And I didn't know. I didn't know how well you did. I didn't know till maybe 11 o'clock that night because I think I texted you like 11 because Tina goes, "Look." I go, "Oh my God, she won." I did not like you're surprised you won because I said you had good go. But I was so excited for you because you worked so hard, just to get there, right? Journey.
It's been a great journey. After I fell off a couple years ago, like my timing got messed up and I struggled. And yeah, I've worked really hard and you've come to our place and you throw out your little tidbits and I try to listen to you help the kids. The lesson that you did give me back in the winter, I mean, that was priceless for Caitlin and I. And so I try to take those notes and then I try to implement it into what I'm doing. And the one thing that I'm doing more of, I'm doing more of the transitional stuff on the dirt and not, because you said to me a year ago, your horses know how to do the maneuvers. You need to get control on the dirt. And so I've worked really hard on that.
It makes a big difference for sure.
Mm-hmm. Huge difference.
Okay.
Huge difference.
Explain to the layperson what do you mean by on the dirt? You're talking about not in between the obstacle.
Yeah, go around.
Right. Yeah. Between the obstacles, like what I'll do is I'll go to the warm-up arena off from the trail pin. Like at the NSVA World, we were in the Central Park barn, so we had that arena inside down by us. And so I just go and I imaginate that I'm writing the pattern. Like if it starts with the walk, we'll do the walks. Then I'll do the back. I don't have any pulls at all, but I'm just working on my transition check. And, you know, I think that has made a huge difference in all the horses. And then my young gray mare that I did get to show one day, she was phenomenal. But that's a whole nother story. But it really, it has made a huge difference in what I do.
So
that's awesome.
Two things, I guess.
Right,
I got one. One for sure, having the railroad tie in your warm-up tent at home. Big difference. I'm going to tell you, everyone that I go to, I said, you better have a railroad tie in your arena. You know, stop to walk. Why hit the last pole? Why hit with the last foot? That drives me up the wall.
Tim, I don't know if you remember, but I had a mare called Intricate Invitation years ago. Brad, you remember her. She was phenomenal. And so I don't know what year it was, but Ashley Dunbar and I were first and second. And she won, and I gave up. It was a long walk out, and I gave up 3 penalty ones walking out on the walks.
Oh,
3.
Ouch.
I know it ouched big time. So I get really wound up about the walks, and especially when he puts them at the end.
Okay, and then the last one, 2 things. I keep saying 2 things. You got a pole wagon, right?
I did get a pole wagon.
And you got some poles.
I got some poles. It's made a huge difference.
I
I
know.
still need about 10 more, I think.
You're right. You're right. But I mean, it helps you so much, though, just having more poles out there.
It's
And
just
then
so much work because I use my indoor for a turnout too. And like
don't let those
he,
mothers chew those poles. I'll
I,
die.
oh, I had some of that going on. He's like, get them up. And I'm like, I guess I can say it's good exercise, right?
Yes, for sure. Okay.
So,
We need to go backwards in time. We need to go back to the beginning.
Thankless
Sorry
job
about
to pick up poles. It's thankless for sure.
that. I know. I get it. Tell us like how you started riding, like showing, riding, learning. How'd your first part of your career go?
like when I was a child,
Yeah.
what we were just talking about.
Child, amateur. Tell me
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
helped you in school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Years ago, my
Okay.
stepdad exposed us to saddlebreds. So that's when I was about, I would say, 6, 7. We'd go take saddle seat lessons, and we did that for a couple of years. And then he decided that we were serious about it, so he went and bought us 2 quarter horses. I think it was more economical. My sister was a year older than me, my stepsister. So he bought the 2 quarter horses from Jim Bryce, who lived about 5 minutes down the road. And so we would go over there and get help from Jim, and we would get there in the morning at 7 and work till 7 at night for a free lesson. And that's what we did. And I mean, he was interesting. I mean, he worked hard. No one would outwork him. And I think it was really good for me to see that and experience it. And that's just kind of how I feel today. I try not to get outworked. So
I
that's
like
how
that.
we started doing quarter horses. And then, I went to college. I went to William Woods University and graduated from there. Moved back to Moberly, had the kids, and worked a lot of different jobs. I have a bachelor's degree in business, and I did equestrian minor, but the horses is the only thing that ever made me happy. So with that, we couldn't afford for me to not work, so I would give lessons at night, usually at 3:34. I had 4 lesson horses. I would rotate the kids in, and we would do that till 8:30 at night. Every hour on the hour, I would have 4 kids, and it gave us extra money. And then finally, a couple of them just wanted to have a nice show horse, and back then, a nice show horse was $5,000, right? I mean,
Right.
you could make anything into something if you worked hard enough. So that's what I did. And then just kind of, we used to go and show in Columbia all the time. There's a place called Midway, and they had 6 shows a year. And, it started building my business. And after a few years, I'll never forget, Diane Eppers came to me and she said, you need to go other places to show. And I said, really? And she goes, yes. So then it took me about 6 months and I started branching out. So I credit her a lot for making me get out of my box.
It
So
takes some of those people that have been there and done that a little bit to kind of help. But you got to be open to do it.
Correct.
I'm sure they told a lot of people and the people didn't listen. So
Yeah.
it takes the wisdom to listen to those that have gone before you, right?
Mm-hmm.
so when you first go out there, is your focus like pleasure, Alter?
Correct. We did pleasure. I mean, back then, the quarter horse shows, they'd have one division of, amateur horsemanship, one division of youth. I mean, the show bills were so much smaller.
Right.
The shows got over with. You had time to go to Chisholm's. And the shows, like, you would go, like a lot of the shows, we would drive to Topeka, Kansas on Friday night, and the show was only Saturday, Sunday, and then drive
Right.
home.
Yeah.
Kids didn't have to miss school. Kids or adults didn't have to miss work, and
Yeah.
over the
Do you,
years, that's way changed.
do you remember the shows on Fridays? The youth show couldn't start until after, 6 o'clock or something like that? And it
Yeah.
would go till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. You'd get up Saturday morning and you'd show again at 8 a.m.
And didn't think twice about it,
No, no. It
you
was
know?
fun, actually. Like you get ready for it. You're like, but it was only 3 days, right? It wasn't like
Right.
15 days.
Right.
So yeah. Everybody'd be delirious on Friday night. And then it would get easier as the weekend went instead of harder as the weekend went.
So I know because I talked about like the Missouri Corridor Association. How did you start getting involved with them at first?
Well, years ago,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even think how long ago it must have been because I'm past president twice. So we had some great members: Jim Shumate, Paul Lindsay, Homer Studi, Bill Crouch. I mean, the list of those national directors that were involved on a national level and with our state, I mean, they were great teachers for me because they saw me out here working hard and then just kind of invited me in to be a director. So then I started going to meetings, and then that's when I, started my ladder up to be president, and I mean, it's just been a chain, and I love it. I mean, they're my peeps.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, and then this year we elected to the Hall of Fame for them.
I was. I
Wow, that's
was.
awesome.
I was. It was
Congratulations.
awesome.
Yeah. So I'm sure you had to do a little bit for that association. I know, like back in the day, the ground roots people. I mean, things have changed, and I'll ask you about that too. But there's a few hardcore ones out there that do a lot of the work, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. But they're the grinders, and they love the industry and they love what they do, and so they keep it starting to get involved. You like some help, or you like some other people, younger ones, involved, but it's challenging. But it says what your beliefs and stuff like that, and like I know you guys clinic every year, and that's a big thing and stuff like that, and you bring Clint or maybe Blake comes in or whatever, right? I mean, just
Like, we've
ongoing.
talked about that.
Yeah, where's that Blake guy at? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then and then
She's like,
like
all
the
right.
awards banquet, right? Even your awards banquet is complicated. I mean, you have your team of ladies because I got to go to one of the meetings. I mean, it's complicated.
Tim's
I heard
absolutely.
Scott laugh about that in the background.
Well, Scott always has to go because he has to drive me home. We have a group of ladies, and they all live in the Columbia area. So usually the husbands come and sit over somewhere else, and the ladies talk. And that's how we get such great ideas. Because Joe Eddy actually was president when he asked me to take the convention over, because years ago, like first time I was president and in charge of the convention, we'd have 350 people attend. And Joe's like, we need to get this back again. So I said, okay. So I had stepped away from Missouri Quarter Horse for a little bit. I had some stuff going on in my life. So I thought it was time to step back in. And Scott and I were together, so he goes with me. And the first banquet I went to, I was like, there's like 75 people here. What is going on? I couldn't believe it. And it was, whoever's in charge, I hate to say it, it was boring. And so my good friend, Jim Dudley, we talk a lot. And the big thing is people have to have fun. This is our clients' hobbies. They have to have fun. And if they're going to pay money to go to a banquet for a weekend, they want to have fun. So the next year we took over and we started themes. And it's Linda Murphy, who is the best executive director ever. I'm head of the convention, Pam Downing, Susan Dudley, Kara Harmon, Sue Ann Harrigan, my good friend. There's a whole group of us. I'm forgetting
That's
people.
awesome.
And we have a theme. Like this year, like in January of this year, it's denim and diamonds. And like we already have the theme. We have the band. We're working on the table decorations. I mean, we don't leave a stone unturned.
That's special. Hey,
Yeah.
did you see your son? Your son chimed in. I don't know if he's still here or not, but
Oh,
I don't know what
Blake.
you're missing this weekend, but we're glad you're
He,
here.
he,
Aren't they
yeah,
going to
he's
the
going to the Lake of the Ozarks.
lake? Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
They're having a big time. Hi, Bonnie.
See, all your friends are in the house
I
tonight.
know. I
How
see
fun.
that.
Okay.
And Tim's friends.
No, go ahead. You
Oh
want
well,
Joe?
I do. I think that's amazing, and I think if anybody listening that is involved with any of the state local affiliates, what an idea! You know that you ladies get together, you have fun, and just your key. It sounds like Missouri is in great hands. You know, you have people that have been there through thick and thin of it, and that are not getting tired of it. You know,
Correct.
you're reliving the good old days, but you're also bringing new ideas, fresh new ideas to it. So, man, what a blessing that is for Missouri Corridor Association to have you guys a part of it.
It is. And well, it was funny because when Joe brought me on, I was like, "Where's my budget for the convention?" He goes, "What
Huh?
budget?" And I was like, "What are you crazy?" So the first year, I think they gave us $500. So then I was like, "Okay, I like to spend money, but I work hard." So I was like, we have to figure this out. So we started having the practice classes, which I know some of the judges get a little frustrated, but we do use the practice classes to pay for our convention, like
Nice.
the entertainment, the president's reception on Friday night, and that. And you know, it just, I mean, we have to have that because, and we've also kept our costs down so it's economical for, you know, people to come with large families,
Right.
you know, so we take that money and then, you know, that's how we pay for it. We don't take any money out of the budget for MQHA. We make our
Nice.
own.
That's awesome.
You know, I mean, for associations to survive and still have fun, there has to be some thought to it. There has to be something budget, money making, affordable horse shows. I mean, you know what we're looking at right now with all the mega shows, right? It's
Correct.
pretty challenging. And there's that group of people that just want to go show a little bit. You know,
Correct.
they don't need the big one. You know, they don't need four judges or
Well,
whatever.
I judged that show for y'all last year, I think it was. I forget where it was, but it was an MQHA show, and
It was in
that was
St. Louis,
very
Brad.
well attended. What's that?
It was
Where,
in
what?
St. Louis.
It was very well attended, and a lot of fun. Um, I mean, you could tell everybody was working hard. I mean, but enjoying each other as well. And you know, it was the
You
ranch
know,
riding was huge. The all around was huge. It was a really really good show.
how about that
Right.
Clint guy? How about that Clint guy who clinics over there too? You know.
Hi, Clint. Yeah, he has. And they begged him to come back, but I was like, we love Clint, but we need someone else. We're having Gino
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
Gino's coming this year, right? Right.
He is. He
That's
is.
awesome.
So, and then we started a ranch clinic too. I thought that was really important with where ranch is going because we have an all around and last year we started the ranch and it's like at William Woods University, they're so kind, they donate and then we'll go in on Friday and teach their students. Um, so we've been working with them for a number of years now. Liz Haven there, shout out to them. They're wonderful and it's my alma mater, so that's really special to me.
You know, that's where my wife went to school too, right?
I think you've told me that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, actually, I did talk to Monica about it. She said she went 1 or 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. She didn't get to finish, unfortunately. There were some family issues that she didn't get to, but she loved it. Yeah, she went there on a jumping scholarship.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's where I rode hunters.
Is it important that we hear this? I mean, this part of the story. I mean, about different associations. Again, I'm going to just not bad on the mega shows, but the mega shows are out there. But here's like Pennsylvania corridors. Okay, those
Yeah.
guys, the Keystone guys. Okay, like those guys try real hard. Same thing. They're family oriented, good shows, strong shows, good sized classes, real strong in the novice and stuff like that. And there's a home for that. That's the next part of it, right?
Absolutely right.
It's always the ones that are always going to show with expensive horses, but we want the medium ones, you know, that want to just go show, have fun. Dad and Mom
Correct.
want to come watch their kids ride, So
And
just knowing that's in good hands, it's important.
Speaking of
Yeah.
which, I'm gonna toss out, Tim. We're having the Classic next week, so Texas is trying to do their job to do the same thing, right? Because I got to judge the Keystone last year, and I got to judge the one in St. Louis the year before, and it's inspiring to see those. And I think with the Texas Classic, trying to relive that was one of the greats, always before the Red Bud. I remember watching Blake and Kendra there when Blake was a youth with the Chips Private Stars horse, which I'm sure we'll probably talk about at some point, and trying to get her to look at those dang green walls there because you had to go back there and show at the youth world, in a couple of months. And so it's just all of those memories for me. That's when I first got started in the all around, right? And so that's what we're trying to do with the Classic. It's the same thing that you guys are trying to bring it back. And I think Michelle Tidwell is doing a great job. Carrie Nowacek doing a great job of trying to get those horse shows going again. Oh, we brought the big wig out. Deanna Searles is watching tonight. How about that? All right. You're just drawing all kinds tonight, Kendra. I love it. I guess we lost Timmy. Let me see if I can pull it. So that's okay. I got his notes here. We can keep on rolling.
okay.
So we talked about the horse shows, the ones that you mentioned. But how do you think they've changed, from 20 years ago to today? Like good, bad, indifferent. Just share the ins and outs of what you think when you get prepared to go to a horse show now versus when you go to a horse show 20 years ago.
Well, it's a production now because you have to leave on Tuesday.
Right.
To be able to show, to be ready, prepped and ready to show on Thursday or Wednesday night. I think it's way more trying personally. And there again, you've got to go back to, you've got to keep a great attitude with the kids because the kids are doing this to have fun.
Right.
They want to be competitive, but they also want to have fun. So I try to work hard on that. We always try to prepare at home before we get to the horse show. So, with all the classes and 2 arenas going, at least they're prepped if for some reason I can't be there. But usually if I'm not there, Caitlin, my assistant, is there,
Yep.
which she's been with me for 12 or 13 years. I'm not sure.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So, you have to do that. I don't know, the 158 classes now that we have. It's just so much different, Brad.
I want you to think about that. We're going to take a commercial break here, see if we can get Tim back in too. But what I want to come back with is, because this is where you and I will connect very well tonight, because I want to hear, like we talked earlier, you gain wisdom from people that are wiser than you. And so I want to hear how you prepare. Like you mentioned, these youth kids, they're in it to have fun. They have to learn a process on how to get to the top, right? And so think about that as we run this commercial. Think about that, and let's come back and just kind of touch a little bit on if you have a map or you have a process, a plan in order to teach these kids how to get to that spot. So everybody hold tight. We're going to take a quick commercial break, see if we can get Tim back in here, and then we'll come back with this question as soon as we come back.
Okay.
Go ahead, Marcella. Hey, this is Brad Jewett from the HorseShowNetwork.com. Thanks for taking a break with us. Thanks for watching the Keeping It Real show. I just want to talk to you about the HorseShowNetwork.com, where we are going to offer training videos of the trail, of the Western riding, of the horsemanship, of the showmanship, of the hunt seat equitation, of the ranch riding, and more, as we continue this process of bringing you more tips, trick, training videos online at thehorseShowNetwork.com. All right, we're back, and it looks like Timmy is coming back in. But while we're waiting for him to, are you good, Tim? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so I want I'm not sure if you heard the last part of what we talked about before we went to commercial break, but I'm interested to hear if this process has changed for one, Kendra, but what is your map of success? Because you've done it in multiple decades of getting a youth to coming in, teaching, bringing them when we used to really not have novice for one, probably, and you just come in and you compete as a youth, getting them to be that last one standing in the arena, right? Like that's what you when you've been able to do that, that feeling as a trainer and that feeling as the exhibitor, to try to get. When do you think? What are the pieces that you need to build in order for that youth to understand when that moment does arrive and when that opportunity arrives?
Well, what I do when kids come to me with parents, we'll talk, and I want them to tell me their 1, 3, 5-year goals. I want to know what goals are. I personally never have gotten anyone in my barn that had a lot of training before they came to me. Most of my kids I've started from walk trot up to like Paige that checked in and Kara Harmon. I mean, they still come and take lessons, and Paige's little girl is riding with me. So I do. I want the goal thing, and at the end of each year, I go over the goals to see if we've accomplished them. In that, the map to get to each goal. Some kids just want to win their state 4-H class, right?
Right.
Some kids want to win the youth world. So each map is a different map for me. I do the best I can do to ensure that they have a good horse to ride, and looking what events they want to do. I am a huge advocate of safety with horses. I mean, I can't even tell you how big I am on that. And then, like, we do lessons here at the farm usually on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. If I'm gone judging or at a show that some of the kids don't go, they'll come and lesson with Caitlin. And we work real hard on pattern layout. We work real hard on body position. We work real hard on making them effective riders and not posed riders. I mean, it's a lifelong skill. You can ride horses till I have to watch the number I throw out now, but 85, let's say, if you learn to do it properly. So that's my big thing. Each one has a different map.
What's the one thing that you would, when you have that conversation with the parent and the child for the first time, like, what's the one thing that you ask of them in this process? What's one of the most important things that you ask them to bring to the table?
They have to understand that it's not for the faint of hearts. You will lose way more than you win. And when you win, you'll love it. But when you lose, it should make you want to try harder and be more hungry. And to me, if you don't have that, you're probably not going to make it. But I just really, and Blake's funny. He handles his parents. He'll say, okay, I mean, all of his parents are good, don't get me wrong, but on occasion he'll say, okay, you can go over there and sit. And my parents really never approach me, but it's funny to watch Blake because he's so much, younger. And he'll say, Mom. And I'm like, yeah, they can't listen to 5 different people. They need to listen to me, or if I have like Tim for a clinic or Mary, I want them to listen to those people. I don't want a lot of noise from the outside because then they can't focus on anything. So
that's good.
How about that telephone thing?
Oh, Tim.
What, you got a phone a friend over there? What is it?
Oh, I was freaking out because they're all carrying their phones. And so I said, that Brad Jewett, he has this tray thing. Okay. I said, they put their phone on the tray when they come in the arena so they don't have it attached to them, right? I said, freaks me out when they put it inside their clothes and stuff like that.
Or
They
in
put
their
it up
bra.
here. Yeah, I go, we set that mother down. It's like, I don't even want to look at it. Da 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 da. Give
Yeah.
me give me 50 minutes. That's all I want.
Yeah. No, I after that at my at the farm, I just look at them. They come in. I'm like, give me your phone, and I just take them, and set them down here. And when we're done, they can have them. They all got the message very loud and clear.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
we do have a question. We have a question. We love questions from our viewers, right? From David Denniston. Thanks for watching, David. And his question, well, his statement is, you've always been so great at encouraging sportsmanship, both in a judge's room and encouraging your clients and supporting each other and supporting others' clients. What's your philosophy when it comes to supporting each other in our industry?
I just think you have to be a positive person and a caring person. I think you need to, say something encouraging. That's just my nature is just that. Ask my boys. I'm a nurturer. I am. I'll call them. I know they get tired of me texting, hey, what's going on? Oh, I'll text Audie, what are you doing this weekend? But I'm a nurturer, and I think that's one reason my kids and the amateurs have hung with me for so long. And even Twyla Brown, she's been with me like 35 years now. But I just have honesty and integrity. It's just
Right.
ingrained in me, and I can't. So it
Yeah.
just comes out, like something positive will just come out.
Well, I think I would totally agree with that, but I think the honesty, integrity, what you said, is why it means so much to those that you say that to, because they know you're not doing anything for a political gain. You're doing it because you truly care and because you do have that honesty, integrity. Because you probably, to your sons, probably are really honest when you think they're making a mistake too, you know. And so because they know you care, right? You say things because you care, whether it's constructive criticism or you're building somebody up, right? So
Correct.
they know it's a real compliment when you say it. It's not just, you're not just saying it.
Correct.
How about,
Correct. And
go ahead.
go ahead, Tim.
Well, I'm using Dave's example here a little bit too. Like, how about like judging too? Like, what's the difference between judging with 2 people, judging with 3 people, and judging with 5 people? Like being supportive as a team. I mean, Patty was here last week, and we are talking about if there's 3 or 5, you really got to be a team player. Not, you can debate all you want, but you got to be compatible with each other, no matter
For
what we
sure.
do, what event it is, right? So,
For
what's
sure.
your thoughts on judging that with other judges?
Honestly, I love it because I I don't judge as much as I used to because I'm showing way more, but I love to see it from someone else's perspective because that's how you learn. And if you don't see, you can sit there and go, "Oh yeah, that could have very well been that." And then you look at it differently and go, yeah, I like that.
Right.
That's something that I'm gonna think of. Don't you agree, Brad?
Absolutely.
Like next time I'm judging, and it is fun to, you know, talk with other judges about what they see. Um, as Patty said, when you go out there, you are a team and you stand together. And
Hmm.
that's just how it is. And there's nothing more nerve wracking than judging the Congress or the paint world or the world show and standing out and hearing your card called in front of you. And I can sit here and tell you, I honestly, every lineup I have, I stand there and I'm proud of it.
Right.
And if, Brad's got a different lineup, I'd sit there and go, well, I could see his too,
Right.
but I'm
Absolutely.
very proud of my decisions and kind of stick to it.
And that's one of the things when you are judging with the group. It's okay. I have those conversations because standing at the NSBA world when I judged that a few years ago, somebody beside me who's a very well respected judge was nervous about, oh, well, I didn't use that. I was like, it's okay. I said, just what you said. I could see how you could use that one, and it's okay
Right.
that we're not all the same, right? Actually, that's a good thing for the industry when we don't have first through 10th exactly the same, right?
Nobody wants to see that.
Exactly.
I mean, they don't. They want to see different things. And, I'm a huge advocate for the judges at the back gate now because I'm showing so much. And, if someone says something, I'll say, hey, how can it be 3 first and a
Right.
10th? I go, it could have stopped. It could have broke gate. I
Yeah.
go, who knows? You just, unless you're sitting there staring at it. And then in the halter, I'm like, guys, it looks way different on the ground than it looks like sitting
Absolutely.
up in the stands. Don't you agree, Brad?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely.
You know,
So on
I
the
think
judges, on the judges' questions here, thank you, David, so much for your question and your comments, man. Appreciate you watching. That's a great judge right there and a great man for sure. But Paige had a quick question to go along. What's your biggest pet peeve as a judge? Do you have one?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, Paige.
Is she baiting you on this one?
She's my old youth kid, and I help her daughter now.
Okay, that's the one you were talking about earlier.
Yeah. I'm really not a huge pet peeve person, I don't
Me
think.
either.
I just don't think I am. Some people get wound up. I will say in showmanship, like if they have really bad nail polish on,
I
I
knew
was
you were going to
judging
say
years
that.
ago with someone. I don't know who it was, but they were like, oh my gosh, did you see that nail color? And I was like, no. And so then after that, I
Sounds like
kind
my
of,
answer.
yeah, I think you have to be careful if you wear white. Make sure things don't show through. I mean, that's used to be big. Remember when the white showmanship outfits were in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Charmaine Thompson.
Sharnay Thompson, that's what I was thinking too. How funny. That's
Yes.
exactly what I was thinking.
I guarantee hers looked good.
It did.
Okay.
It did for sure.
Okay.
Oh, that's good conversation. That's fun. Okay, Tim, let's keep going with your notes, buddy.
I just want to ask
Let's
you
get to some
fun
of these
stuff.
horses. Let's get to some of these
Okay, we
horses.
did the horse thing. Okay, so tell us about some of the horses that you remember that stand out in your mind, not just because they were great, but they were just memorable for certain reasons. I'm sure there's horses that taught you a lot that or sometimes the bad ones teach you more than the good ones. I want to tell you about.
Yes.
It's interesting how that works.
Yes. Yes. When I was in 8th grade, I had a black gelding called Rick's Midnight. And I had shown at the Missouri State Fair in every class. It was an AQHA show. And there was a lady helping me, and we were stalled so far from the show arena because all the cows, hogs, everything's going on. She said, I'm just too tired. I can't come up and watch you. And I said, that's fine. I'm fine. So I take Rick's Midnight up there. He was tough. And it was the hunter under saddle. And I was trotting around there, and I thought I had a really nice go. And I lined up, and the judge came over to me, and he says, young lady, you had a really nice ride, but you need to spit your gum out. I'll never forget that. So that could be my pet peeve, but I did win the class. I think he felt sorry for me because I'd been in every class there was. So anyway, that old boy taught me a lot. I cried hard when I had to sell him. And then, I don't know, I made a list of them. The one mare that probably is my heart horse is Intricate Invitation. And it was the daughter of Invitation Only and Twyla and Wendy. It was they had another horse, Preacher's Victoria, with me. And Wendy won the horsemanship at the Congress, tied to win it. We lost tiebreaker, but that was our big first, like Wendy's first time to go to the Congress. So we had that one, then Intricate Invitation. She's the one I showed from 3-year-old on. She was really a nice trail horse. She was the one I was reserve world champion on, so I was really stoked about that. And then she also won the NSBA World and Senior Trail. So, yeah. And then Come As You Are. He was a invitation only youth horse. Invitation to Show, which is the one that we bought from John Briggs for Laura Brown that you sent my way when she moved this way. Blake showed a little Scotch Bar Time mare called Scotch Bar Babe. a little bit when he was a little kid, 13 and under. I Chip's Private Stars. I raised her. I had her dad, Chip's Private Stock. He was an AQHA champion. We showed him in everything. Like he even pulled a cart, jumped fences. Ryan Painter showed him in Hunter Hack.
Wow.
And we were laughing about that the other day at Midway in Columbia. And then more recent one, Main Street Cruiser.
Oh yeah.
He was the best. We got him when he was 3, and Megan Knable showed him, and she was first year at the World Show at the Youth World. He knocked over the cone in the Western Riding. He was 4, and I was sitting there. I mean, obviously, I didn't know the rules at that time, and I was sitting there, and it was so crowded. It was at Fort Worth, and she was first one to go, and I was like, oh my God, she knocked the cone over. And whoever it was looked at me and they said, I didn't know him. They said, that's a disqualification. I was like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. So anyway, that was that horse. Like he, at the World Show, I was always top 5 in the junior Western Riding, senior Western Riding. And then Tommy Sheets bought him, and then Brad Kearns won
I was going to say that one had a good career with
he was
Sheets
just a
and
great
Kearns.
gild. And he was a gilding, Tim.
Yep, there you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
So what? So I'm going to jump in. How come you're so good with the mares? And that's a gilding, but how come I see so many mares on your resume?
You do. I don't know. I love the mares. Mares are precise. Mares try to do things right, in my opinion. You can show them stuff. Some of them may take longer than others, but for the most part, they truly do try. And if you give them opportunity to learn and you're patient, I think the longevity of the mares, I mean, Snap Crackle Pop, she's 15 this year. Of course, Blake did the magic with her, but I've had her since he moved to Texas, and she's still a wonderful horse. They just try hard. And most of them are beautiful.
Okay. Anyone else you want to mention? You good?
Well, I have a whole list.
Knock them out. Knock them out.
I've got All of a Sudden, which is one we bought from Sarah that was Jordan's. We've had success with him in the trail and the halter, and she's done well in the horsemanship. Hot for Teacher, the one that, I won on last week. Hot Lopin' Lily, we raised her at the farm. Snippety Snap, Snap Patrick Mahome. He's in like Flynn, Snap It, Send It. All of those were raised at the farm. I mean, I love the breeding side of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
I mean, that's what I see when I go to your place. It feels that way, right? It feels like just a nursery of just beautiful and going to be great horses in the future, right? But like, I don't want to say they're in a rock, but it's like your town is not too big, okay? It's kind of a hard place to get to, but it's like a gold mine of horses.
Yeah.
Out there, it's kind of tricky.
We're kind of the best kept secret in Moberly, and now that I have gates up, you can't get in unless I want you in, so it's perfect. But it's been good here. I've been here at this location probably close to 40 years. It's where the kids were raised.
It's funny because when I go over there in clinic for her, she lets me use her truck, right? And then Scott's there with his Jeep, but he must know about my Jeep story because he never lets me borrow the Jeep. Every time I look at his Jeep, I go, "Oh, the white! He's got a white one, beautiful white Jeep. Oh, it's the white Jeep. Maybe he'll let me drive that next time."
You know, dummy, don't do it, Scott. Don't do it. Just keep the keys in your hands at all times.
Yeah, if it's yellow, then I'd worry for sure. Okay, how about this one? I'm going to go off the board though. You're a big Chiefs fan. Your whole family, like you're crazy Chiefs fans over there.
Correct.
How'd that come out? Just because that?
Why? I have no idea why.
Yeah, right. That's what we're saying.
Well, Scott had season tickets like before we got together. So he's always been a Chiefs fan. And my younger son has always been a Chiefs fan. And then Blake has kind of transitioned into being a Chiefs fan. And me, I enjoy it and I'll go because I like the party. But who doesn't like Patrick Mahomes or Travis Kelce? That's my theory on it. Okay, Brad.
I do like Patrick Mahomes. He's a Texas Tech guy, though. But
Yes.
Travis, I can live with or without. I mean, it's okay. But I do like Patrick, and mostly because of who he dated. And I don't know if he's still dating her or not. But I'm just not a big.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I'm not a big fan of that T girl. But Patrick Mahomes, absolutely. I mean, I love how he wins. I love how he loses. I think he's a legitimate competitor.
Correct.
There's not much you can say bad about Patrick Mahomes.
Right now, we're trying to rustle up tickets to go to the Thanksgiving Day game. If anyone has any connections, we'd love that.
How about your relationship with Scott? Because Scott started showing now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
He did. I didn't know that.
I was excited for him. I said next time I'm up there, I want to do trail with him.
He showed at Redbud.
Yeah.
He did? In the pleasure? What did he show it?
No, he shows walk trot, and he just started. And, of course, the first time this horse was shown was the first time it was ever shown. So it's not
by him.
Ideal combination.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. But it's
Green
mine.
walk trot. Green walk trot.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yes, Tim, next time he comes, we'll probably give him a little bit of a walk trot lesson in trail. Because he wants to. I mean, he enjoys it. Yeah.
He's a great cook. Awesome. He's a great cook. He likes to cook.
Loves to cook.
Yes. Good. Another good cook over there. So we like
Loves to cook.
How about this one?
Awesome.
Well, so as a horse trainer, we'll go back this way. What keeps you motivated? Like, what keeps you motivated in this industry? How do you not get burned out?
Well, I think mainly I love my clients and I love my horses. I look down in the barn, there's 20, and there's not one that I wouldn't want to hop on and ride. And I've had to work probably 40 years to get it to that, because when I first started, I had to ride whatever someone would send me. And so along the years, I've learned, and probably within the last 7 or 8 years, I've gotten really, if I look at it and I go, well, I don't want to get on it, then I'm not going to take it. So I have that. And then my clients are wonderful. The kids are wonderful. And I mean, when I have, like Twyla's been with me forever. She is like a mother to me. She lost her husband back in September. And this year she rode to Florida came back and rode to Florida with me. She rode to Arizona with me. She's been everywhere with me. And it's like old times, because 20 years ago, she always hopped in the car. We didn't have the stall cleaners back then. We'd be cleaning stalls at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And she'd clean every stall just as I would, So I think relationships, and then having this generation, Paige's little girl, Britton, riding with me. The kids keep me motivated. Jordan is such a jewel. I mean, she's been with me now for, 6 years, 7 years. She leased Pro, Protect Me Honey. Brad, you remember him? Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised she's still a friend. He was not easy.
No.
So I think that really is what keeps me motivated. And then what keeps me from burnout. I've been fortunate to have a good assistant. So, we can get away, for a weekend or for a night here or there. And then we always go on vacation, usually family vacation in January. And then Scott and I will, take off and do a few things here and there. But I don't look at it as total work. I love it.
How about the other day I was in a hurry and I had to do my stuff, and you went to the walk in the park. What do you think about when you're walking in the park?
When I walk in the park, I love walking in. I did it today.
I know you do. Yeah. I know you do. There has to be something in there that you like get your mind off of work or what you think about your day. I mean, it's very refreshing to do that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Usually I listen to an audiobook. I love audiobooks. and it gets me away. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, for sure. Okay,
Good, just
how about
good recharge zones you've got set up for yourself. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I mean, I can see her just, you want to go for a walk? No, I got to unload. I got to do some more powdering stuff. I said, I'll be okay. And then she goes, and then came back, and she's done for a walk. Um, okay, how about the next generation? I got a couple more, and then we'll be done. Um, what do you think about the next generation of horse trainers and everything? And like, where are we going? Are we okay? Do we need to help them a little bit? Is there something you would tell them, advise them?
You know,
Tell them, I
I,
guess.
I feel like the pool is not as big as it used to be, for sure. And I also feel like it's a quick, I this is what I say. Society is this: drive through a McDonald's, grab your food, eat it, move on. I feel like that the horses are pushed a lot faster than they need to be right now. I feel like not all, but a lot of the young generation, like they don't take time to truly take the young stock through the steps that they need to be successful as older horses. I feel like the true horsemen, I think that they need to go back to the basics. That's what I see. But I mean,
Right.
I don't know.
So
I'm
how
in
about
Moberly in my own little circle.
how about to add on? Like, what advice do you give Blake? Do you?
Blake? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. And honestly, Blake, he has won so much. I am so proud of him. But I will tell you that he better stay humble and he better stay appreciative. And when hear him talking out of line or something, I mean, Brad's experienced probably Blake and I getting in arguments years ago. But you know what? I'm like, Blake, no, you can't do that. I don't just move on and let him roll over. I, I, but honestly, with his maturity, I think he has done a very good job. And I see him helping other people. I know I called him the other day on Sunday and he goes, well, I'm trying to help. He was helping Sarah Keith with her 3-year-old. And I was like, well, good. So he's starting to recognize the
Yeah, that's
give
good.
back.
Yep.
So, Clint and I are after him because our quarter horse wants him to come back and help with the clinic. So this is a short story. So I told you, Tim, I've told you this. So he was like, well, what are you going to pay me? And I go, well, I'm not going to pay you anything. I said, this is your association that you started in. So you should learn to give back. You have to give back in life. You have to. And at some point you have to start doing it. And you're 36. So I still don't have him committed, but
We'll keep
now
pushing
that
on it.
I've gone on live feed, maybe he will.
So
He has not commented since you said that.
I know.
he's
I
thinking
say
about the
he's
lake.
off. He's watching TV by now.
So, how do we get more people involved with the horse industry associations? Just what would you tell them as if you're telling people like have fun, da 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 da?
Well, I think it starts in the grassroots. I think that we have got to have outreach to the 4-H people, to the open show people, to the FFA groups, all of that. And we need people out there representing our industry in the right nature, not someone that just wants to sell them a horse. They need good information, and I think that that's imperative.
I think we have a job that stretches beyond the horse training part of it, is protecting people like that, right? Because there are other people out there that just are looking to sell the horse to make the money, and they don't care what happens after the process. And that a lot of times, unfortunately, that process goes south, and they're done. They're out. They're gone.
Correct.
And I think that's a very scary narrative that we have created with our industry. Is you got to have $500,000 in order to compete in our association. And I mean, that's a very difficult task that we all have ahead of us. And and I don't have the answer at the moment. We all have ideas of what we can do, but I think having conversations like we had tonight, talking about some of these horses were hard, and you had to ride what people brought to you, and now you're 40 years later. You're like, I have 20 horses that I would don't mind riding any of them, right? And so that was earned. That was not anything that was given to you. And like you said, you love what you do. Yes, you take your times away. You have to. It's kind of like everybody else does in the world with their jobs, right? You got to take your times to get away. But this quote, I pulled this quote up that Carla McMullen, who you know very well, and was a client of mine, and she posted this, and I'm like, this is just so key, and why I think your clients are your friends, and why my clients, I have a relationship, a friendly. Really, I like to go have dinner with my clients, and a lot of people don't like to do that. That's just who I am. I'm a relationship guy, meaningful relationship guy, right? And so it says, most people don't want to be a part of the process. They just want to be part of the outcome. But the process is where you figure out who's worth being part of the outcome, right? And I think
Correct.
that's what we're always pushing through is, man, these kids that work in, and it's a little hard, and they get beat up and they get knocked down, but they keep going and they love it. You're there. You will be there. You will give back. You will get paid pennies on the dollar because that kid is keep trying. And in return, that kid sees you keep working, or amateur, whoever it may be, sees you keep working, right? And I'm sure that's what Twyla has seen in you for 35 years. Right?
Oh, for sure.
Not like,
For
no,
sure.
Twyla, you're not going to ride with me. No, I've done my time with you, Twyla. No, I'm not going driving with you across the country. But it is. It's. I'm thankful that I can call all my clients friends. And it's not just sending them a bill and them showing up and me yelling at them for lessons and trying to buy them the horse that'll get them to win. Of course, I want to do all of that, but we know that there's only going to be one winner at the end of that class. So you have to do more than just create. You don't have, in the end, you don't have control of the wins or the losses anyway.
Just sidebar. I think it's nice that so many of her peers got on tonight.
I know. It's awesome.
Right? All your friends were out
Thank
there
you guys.
saying hi to you tonight. Like
Thank
we're
you all.
watching the feed and stuff like that. I got one sidebar. Just because you guys see this, okay? One of my employees took it from the wall after they were done with the class, and we brought it home for a souvenir. So I didn't just steal this thing, okay? It was left. It was on
It's
my
your
tray.
copyright, Tim. You can say you stole it.
And HQHA is going to say, "Where did you get our pattern at?" Or Sydney's going to say, "Where'd you get my thing at?" And I'm going to say, "Well, it does have my copyright." And yeah, I thought it was good background, I'm going to sign it and put it in my room. How's that?
There you go.
Anyways, Kendra, oh my gosh, that was such a great show. You're so fun to talk to. I mean, when we drive to the airports, we always have interesting. I was interviewing you a couple times when I was taking that drive to the airport with you. So, I got stuff here. My wheels were turning, and I said, all I got to do is pull the trigger and stuff like that. So you did a great job, Bradford.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Kendra, thank you so much. And to just echo what Tim just said, thank you all for watching tonight. It was nice to be able to do 2 weeks back to back. I know Tim's about to go to Europe again, and so we'll be jumping around in and out, but please stay tuned. We will have more live shows. We do have some other guests that have agreed to do it. We're just trying to get our times lined up to where we can get them to come on. But thank you all. Kendra, yes, you're very well loved, and it's just awesome to see the support that you have gotten, and people are commenting legend status, one of the best, the best. I mean, it's awesome. And all the way down to your youth kid, we love you, Kendra, right? Like that's honestly what it's all about, right?
I think so.
The trophies are great here, but you got to that status probably because what happened when they didn't win the trophy, right? And it just makes it even sweeter.
Correct.
That's
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, bring it home, Bradford. We're done.
Marcelo, you may take us out. Kendra, thank you again. Tim,
thank you.
Good to see you, buddy. Keep us posted on your travels, bro. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Keeping It Real Show. We want to remind you to go to thehorseShowNetwork.com and start downloading some of your favorite videos so that you can start your road to training at home. So make sure you check out HorseShowNetwork.com.